Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for Battle for Supremacy CODM 5v5 multiplayer grand final round. And for tonight, we will be your host or intermission casters. My name is Broke On together with my partner Lasty.
Yo, what's up? It's a boy, Mr. Lasty, and I will be your intermission caster together with Brokon. And yeah, I'm so excited for today's event, Brokon. So I just want to talk about some coin. Do you
Nice.
have any idea? I've heard some
Ooh,
coin,
let me hear it.
and that
Let me
is,
hear it.
I guess that is Ton, which is the
Ooh,
open
the Open
network coin.
Network.
Do you
Yes,
have
indeed.
any idea regarding to it?
The Open Network or TON itself is a crypto token within the Telegram applications. So I think it's the first time in the whole world, like a social media platform, having a crypto token or venturing in the crypto world itself. And do you have any more idea on what's the use of Team TON or rather the TON token itself?
Actually, just a short uh, idea about the
Yeah.
Ton coin. It is actually Telegram Open Network.
Mm-hmm.
It really means Telegram Open Network, but soon it was changed into the Open Network, and the Open Network is a community-driven blockchain with a flexible architecture, and it is focused on serving a typical consumer like us. So it
Uh-huh.
simply means it's so accessible from anyone of us, like if you are underprivileged or middle or privileged person, you can access it. And Ton stands out due to the fast processing validation of
Ooh.
transactions per second, TPS. In September 21, the network
Mhm.
processed a then world record of 55,000 TPS during a contest. Although the current TPS could be in the hundreds of thousands or even millions, this feature allows the project to grow rapidly while avoiding performance losses. And
Yeah.
at the same time, the project does not harm the environment. So that's the good thing about the Ton coin. Okay.
Oh, so that's
So
good. That's good.
yeah, it's kind of interesting because it is like what you've mentioned. It is the first crypto coin inside our social media, and it is in Telegram, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the good thing. And although it's kind of world breaking world breaking as what I'm saying, because it is the first. So
The person
it's
did.
it's not a simple coin, or it is not just a simple crypto coin, right?
Yeah. And for those who want thinking about trading this Ton token itself, actually guys, Ton is on the early stage right now. So I think it's the right time or the right moment if you want to venture in the Ton token itself or the open network itself. So you can use it by using trading with the monetary value of it, or perhaps upgrading some features in the Telegram itself, but not just the Team Ton or rather the Ton token. Actually, we can also talk about especially the Battle for Supremacy's website
Yeah.
that we have right now. And speaking of the Battle of Supremacy website, do you know, guys, that within the Battle for Supremacy website that you can search in your Internet Explorer or Google Chrome, you can know all the details about the upcoming tournaments here at Battle for Supremacy. And not just that, as I am saying, the details, but also the prize pool, the players that is participating within our current tournament, and even the countries or nationalities that want to join the said event. So visit our Battle for Supremacy.tv to know more, and sponsored by Team Ton right now.
Okay, so before that, as what we've introduced ourselves, right? We're just the intermission casters.
Ooh,
So we have our
we have.
in-game casters, and they are from a big community, and they have really
Mm,
names. So can
man,
you? It's
uh,
on you. It's on you
uh,
to to introduce our in-game casters, because I'm having this butterfly feeling because I will be working with
yeah,
them today. So yeah.
bro, I understand your feeling right now. I duly understand what you're feeling right now. Right now, I'm feeling the chill on my spines, the chilling effect. I'm really excited to introduce you guys our special guest casters for our final mismo, for our grand finals. coming from the Garena itself, or have already shoutcasted from multiple CODM tournaments, none other than Gentleman Gaming together with Cali. So hello guys.
Oh, hey, thank you so much, Brokon, and of course, Mr. Lasty, for that wonderful introduction. Now, well, it's time to finally decide which team will reign supreme here at this game and take over this Battle for Supremacy multiplayer finals. It's going to be Quark versus Wave in Esports, and joining you in this game, it's going to be me, Cali Gaming, and of course, Neptune, the gentleman, Garcia. Man, it's been a while. How are you feeling?
I'm doing well, doing well. Hopefully, everyone is feeling great today because, as Callie mentioned, there's a lot of excitement that is building in this battle. This is the finals right now for the 5v5 multiplayer matchup between two teams representing different countries. Imagine 16 teams coming from 10 countries has ended into the final two that will be battling on for today. And I'm really excited because, as you mentioned, there's a little bit of background on some of the players right here. But not only that, I'm pretty sure that a lot of viewers out there and fans out there excited to how they will be showing up this time because they've been through a lot. Imagine coming from 16 teams, they fought their way up into the final two slots.
I mean, these teams, they have made it by winning 3 series in a row. We're talking about single eliminations here where you have to make every map and every game would count. So Quark and Wave in Esports, they came out here, outlasted all the players and the teams that they have faced here at this tournament. And before all that, before we talk about this 5v5 multiplayer, shout out to the first commenter in the Twitch live stream. Shout out to Wasabi Gaming. Really have the support there. Really appreciate it. But yeah, it's gonna be very exciting to see how these Russian teams of Quark and of course the Iranian team of Wave in Esports is going to go up against each other on this best of 7 finals because when we talk about these maps and modes where you're going to see the maps and of course how it will pan out, it's going to be important. How will they define, the start of this game? Because when we talk about a best of 7, the game number 1 going to be a very important map to play here.
Exactly. I mean, they will be having the lead already into a best of 7 games. And as we look at the map and modes right now, we are seeing Hardpoint, and that will be done in Summit, followed by Search and Destroy in Slums and Control in Hacienda. And that's just the first 3 of the maps. And we've seen so much of the teams from different regions play these maps so well, and I'm really excited on how they will be playing this time because this is different regions right now that is really that will show supremacy in the stage. This is different metas coming from different countries, so I like to see how well will they show up in this matches.
I mean, the North American region, the Garena region as well, they really love these that CBR4. But what we saw from other regions like China, they had so much fun with the Fennec. So
Yeah.
looking forward to how will we see this team form the gun comp because just looking at it this way, there's plenty of ways for you to play Summit. You can play it fast, you can play with the SMGs, but you can also play with the LMGs just to make sure you keep that distance and play at quite slower pace and play for that map control. Now, here we started the finals here, Neptune.
Yeah, we started it off, and there goes the initial flag, and we'll have to find out as to how will they be able to get most of the points. And Team Yellow right now is getting all the points. Not only that, all the frags, and we are seeing Siege 6, who's just doing a lot of slays. And this is the guy that we have a little bit of background, or you have a little bit of background on, and I guess this is one of the game changer for this team. But as you can see, Team Blue right now is also making their way into the points.
I mean, great hold so far here on the top 4 control there for the boys of Quark. But then you see inside the point, it's to be quite a contest happening inside. But we do see some more of the frequent guns to be used in the meta here as well in this multiplayer finals. You do have that Switchblade, and of course, that CBR4 to be played with can be very useful at close range engagements. And not to mention that CBR4, the amount of damage that it can do in that long range can be very beneficial for you if you want to play for the map. But looking at it this way, spawns are going to be favoring the yellow team so far here. Quark Esports doing a great job controlling the map, and look at that lead, 8 and 28, 20 points already as we move it to P2.
They still have good control of this map as well of the spawns, and they are just blocking everyone onto the approach onto that P2. Now we'll have to find out if anyone from Wafen will be able to push through into or break through into this hill, but it doesn't make it easy for them because of what utilities are being used right now by Quark, and 52 right now is being laid down easily into this game, and there's no movement into points of the team in blue.
I mean, look at that. 8 and 58. That's just like 40 seconds uncontested here coming in from Quark Esports. And if you're Wapen Esports right now, you gotta find some ways to black off maybe the next hard point because you gotta cut your losses down. You're already down by a huge sum of lead. Make sure you get the P3 control. And guess what? They spawn on the left side of the minimap. They got one player set up towards the anchor. They got two players set up inside of the point. So while we do see the players of Quark Esports move inside and claim the final seconds of that P2, we do see an initial setup coming through from Wafen Esports, so this should cut them up some slack. But then again, looking at what happened to that P2, gunfights were a big thing. And look at it this way, we already see that hard point spawn being broken.
Even with initial rotation being done by Wafen, they weren't able to go and take a hold of those points. And with a cable car concession plus that spawn control being done by Quark, they will be able to push through once again and increasing the lead that they have. Now, this is very difficult for teams of Wafen right now because as we can see, there's not so much of damage being done in terms of the points, but I think a little bit of effort can be done by Wafen right now. They are going in for those points, preparing themselves into the push onto the other side of the map so that they can go in and take a little bit more to balance off the scores.
Yeah, impressive stuff so far. Great adjustments made there, that P3. Looking at the top half of that get round, we did see contests coming through there for Quark Esports, but as you maintain that spawn, you're going to be able to have unlimited reinforcements inside of that hill. So that's what happened there for Wafen Esports. Great adjustments now. They're down by only a single digits. They can turn this game around by claiming more time inside of this one. And I love the take here, just put two players inside of the hill, make sure that all corners will be covered up, and that's what's happening here. As you can see now, Wapen Esports, slow start, now they have the lead.
They have the lead. We'll have to find out of how much will they be able to maintain it. And so far, it's only 3 points right now, and Wafen is trying their best to make sure that they get all the points in the remaining 24 seconds into this hill. And Quake right now, Quaker is not moving that much because of position that has been done by Wafer, and Quark will have to push through this time, but not so much with its craft points because they need to rotate onto the other side back into P1 for the rotation or for the next cycle of this heals.
Okay, here we go. This is where things gets a little bit more spicy. You do have your operating skills now, which we didn't see in that P1 earlier. And now it's about how you invest in Purifier. If you are Quark Esports at this game right now, and well, they're going to be having a rough time as they're coming in here late to rotate, but the gunfights are going to be still won by Wafen Esports. They took control of that jail center, and now they're going to be controlling the game, and they have been sparking this strong. They can't be stopping it right now, gentlemen.
Yeah, they can't be stopped right now. They were able to catch up, but this time they need to push through. It's 105 to 96 right now, and still contention being done. Quark right now is trying to push through, but they have been taken down. So much in the position, 20 seconds remaining. Quark will need to push through with their movement from P1 to P2 because this second floor is the best way to do it. If they can control that second floor, they can go into the transition as well. But I think the platform is already ready for the takeover, but no, the claw has taken them down, and I think that opens up the avenue for Wafen to take this lead once again.
I mean, big gunfight there, big claw investment just to try and top all off the players inside of the point at P2. But then they do get cut down, and they use TMC here. Quark Esports making their way around this P2. This is where they claim the most time, apart from that P1 of the first of rotation. Now, if you're Siege, you have been playing so dominantly. You have 23 kills so far in the game, but it hasn't really translated into a victory so far. You don't have that lead. If you play more of the players inside of that hard point, or maybe settle that early rotation towards the P3. 30 seconds left here at this hardpoint rotation, and it's still up 50-50. But we do see now the break coming through here for Quark, but it's still not enough. OBJ time for Wave in Esports. Hell of a job, Neptune.
Yeah, and with 18 seconds remaining, it is a Quark who will be able to catch up, but still one will be moving in. KHP is trying to defend that scrap time, and they will be able to reach the 140 as they prepare for the next hill. Good preparation right now. Hopefully it will not be the same as what happened earlier, because earlier Quark was able to take over all the position that has been taken by Wafen on their initial approach.
But this time, it's not going to be the same thing here. Wayfin Esports having a better solid setup right now. They're going to be stacking all towards that silo. And one player inside of that point, and number 3 looking down over towards that cable car platforms. And they have stack and win that early rotation. Now, it's all about this next wave of gunfights, which they do win. So big engagements just being won over by Wayfin Esports towards the P3 rotation. But the break here comes through. It will still place for Quark. And just a solid hold inside. Solid hold, Neptune.
Solid hold indeed, but they need to hold on to it dearly because the scores will be catching up. It's only 50 points. They haven't reached 200 just yet, so I would say it's still a chance for Quark to be able to catch up at this point. But as we can see, the points is still pouring through from both sides for each second that counts. 3 seconds remaining for this hill and for the next one to open up. It's getting close to that 200 mark for the side of Wafen Esports. They were able to get a good comeback earlier. Will they be able to maintain it as they have control on most of the rotation and most of the frags that I'm seeing is coming from Psycho, so I would say he is really going psycho right now in this game.
I mean, Psycho, just look at that, man. He's just a madman getting twisted. 31 on the name right now. And it just continues to keep better here. You know, for the last 2 sets of rotations towards this P3 and P4, it has always been an early rotation set by Wayfin Esports, and that's where they claim their most time. But you see now adjustments being made by Quark to make sure they contest inside this point and not go and play for kills. It's currently working as they are claiming this final 20 seconds, this scrap time, gonna be in their favor. But you see, players from Wayfin Esports, they just don't want to let go of the opportunity to score all this time and get this truth in their team. So they're gonna make sure that they can contest that, give this time all of it for the side of Quark Esports. So 40-point lead.
Yep, 40-point lead and 45 remaining points for Wafen to get this win. Now we'll have to find out if they'll be able to maintain this point. It's contention over contention on to the next point that will be opening up, and Wafen will grab a hold of the points. And there goes the frag as well from both sides. But still, it is the blue team who is getting close to that victory in this first match.
I mean, 219, 164. Again, Wayfin Esports, they're inching closer towards that victory. But then we do see some adjustments being made. A good solid position here right now for Nasto, as he's going to be there on the jail cell. But KHP maintaining his top floor control. I love this setup right now. They're going to be having 2 players inside of the hill. 1 player going to be on the 2nd floor and strip this players down on the bottom, just in case there's going to be some contest that may be happening. But this hold right here, they just only need 15 more points, and this will be all over.
Yep, and with 11 seconds remaining in here, I think Quark will be able to grab on the scrap time. But I love the tenacity of what Wafen is doing. Even with the scrap point, they try to catch on. They don't want to give that point to Quark at this point. And with the preparation onto the next hill, onto the platform, I think with only a few seconds remaining, it will be Wafen who will take the victory in this first round.
Yeah, we can never be too sure though. But, I mean, there's going to be some investments being made here. The chopper gunner is going to be inside, but it's not in a good position. So even though it's going to be invested inside this game, the rotation and, of course, where it's angled at, it's still going to be Wayfin Esports taking over that victory. 250 to 172. It was a great major comeback there. I mean, you're down by like 8 to 28 from the P1. And then ended up with the victory 250 to 172. I mean, massive solid efforts, winning those early rotations towards P3 to P4. And that's how they got this hardpoint summit.
Yeah, I love how well Wafen was able to get back into game. When we thought that they were outplayed already by Quark from that initial play, even from the P2 to P3 rotation, they were outplayed in there. Even the initial rotation that has been done by Wayfin has been countered. They just went back into play, understood what rotation is being taken by Quark, thus played them into perfection to get this victory.
Yeah, so now definitely did see what this two could offer. It's just that the other team, which is Wavin Esports, played a little bit more on the objective side in those early rotations, but nonetheless, Siege on the other end just scored like the team high, and he was playing great since the start. I mean, he had like 16 kills before he opened up to the P2, so I would love to see more from that S&D.
Yeah, I'd like to see more for SND, but I guess there's a lot more that we can see as well from our intermission casters because they will be back for a few more details. Welcome back, Mr. Lassie and Brokon.
Thank you for that, Gentleman Gaming, and even so, Kali. What an amazing round number one on Hardpoint that we see. And like what you said, guys, we are now excited on the Search and Destroy later on. But before we proceed on our Search and Destroy, do you know that there's one more amazing thing that we'll be explaining to you right now, right, partner Lasty? Partner, actually, I can't hear you right now. I think you're still in the midst of round number one. You're
Yeah.
still feeling the chills on what happened on round number one.
Yeah, my bad, my bad. But as what you have said, so we will be explaining another thing here. So for our mechanics of the game here in our SND, so it is very simple. They just need to have their first 7 wins. Then whoever got that 7 wins, they will be winning the round. And yeah,
Yeah, and one more thing, do you know anything about the team stake bot
oh,
that is happening right now on our battle for supremacy? And I would like to share to you this amazing news right now. As what you can see on your screen, our team staking bot right now, the partner of Battle for Supremacy. Within that team staking bot, you can now stake on your favorite games like the esports games like the CoDM, that what is happening right now, Valorant, Mobile Legends, Wild Rift, Dota 2, and so much more that you can use the Team DAO token to stake on your favorite games and also to support the teams that is battling for that said events. And not just the esports, but even so sports like volleyball, basketball, football, soccer, and more. And just do you have any more additional info about our team staking bot partner?
so as what they have said, that team stake is has a really scope of level of in terms of staking, right? And I guess it has a bright future because you will just you will
Uh,
what I mean is you will just save the winning the prizes that you will be getting from the team stake, and hopefully in the sooner or later you will be converting it into something that is real, like for example cash to cash money like that. And yeah,
Actually,
I,
actually, yung partner, I think the Team DAO token has already a monetary value right now.
oh,
It's less than $1 with only a limited supply. So I think it's now the right time to go on our battle for supremacy Team DAO token itself or the Steam staking bot, and that's it. Just what I've said, it has a monetary value right now. To know more, just join our Battle for Supremacy growing family. And I think we are now ready for our Search and Destroy round number two between Wapen Esports and Quarks Esports. Will it be another win for Wapen Esports, or will it be equalizing for Quark Esports? So we are now moving to our guest casters, Gentleman Gaming and Kali.
yes.
All right, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the call once again. And now we're hopping into this SND slums. Well, slums, honestly, I don't love cussing it because, well, it's kind of a slow game. Both bombs on the middle of the map, and you have to trust your retake capabilities to gain map control, Neptune.
Yeah. I mean, it's more positioning that can be done, especially in this map. And there's a lot of clutch gameplay that we've seen so much in this LUM, especially in Search and Destroy. So that's what I love to see. Now, I know you mentioned that you don't like it, but that's the only thing that I love about this map, I would say. The clutch potential in the, like, especially in the post plant. That is what we love to see. Special positioning that can be done by this team. It would depend on who's best, because from our experience, some of the best and respawns are not so much in terms of the limited life. So we'll have to see if SND can be taken as 1 point for the side of Quark, or if Wapen will be able to maintain their supremacy in this game.
I mean, just by looking at what happened in that first game, and if you're talking about Quark Esports, we got to see them play more on the objective end. I mean, we did see them pull up with insane numbers right at the start of the game, but then we see in the mid game, the late game, it just started to dwindle off. They weren't really winning their gunfights, and then they weren't also playing for the objective as well. So no players side of that hill, no players on the anchor spawn. That needs to change here as we change it up, play it a little bit slow on this S&D. And just so happened to be that we're going to be playing on this S&D slums. But it's going to be big, though, for both of these teams to actually start on the defensive side, which will be easier take for the squads that will be playing on that side. Because, I mean, you know, like this S&D slums, it kind of favors the defense.
Yeah, I mean, that would depend as well if the defense will be able to control the position in this point. But I would agree with you on the defensive side of this map. Slums is very difficult to master, I would say. There's only a few teams that we know of that can manage and master this all throughout whatever mode they are playing. But I guess the battle will begin, and this is where we find out which team will be reigning supreme in this search and destroy. As we are seeing right now, the attacker's side will be the yellow team, and the blue side will be the defenders. As you can see, the initial frag right now being done by RZV and Andomo, and it is now a quick 2v4.
I mean, the first blood, it came through from the yellow squad, but then better engagements coming through from the blue squad right now. As you see, Wapen Esports gonna stack all their defenders towards that mid-map, and it's all left to Nest here with that UL 7-3. It's gonna be not a good sight for him. As soon as he picks, everybody Brody is just gonna go in guns ablaze. And as he tries to wait it out, one player pinch out towards graveyards, get that secured kill, and that's gonna be a first round for Wapen Esports. And I must say, great solid start on that defense.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to maintain a lot more in terms of lives, and not only that, they were able to go in and counter the initial frag that has been done against them. Now let's see what adjustment can be done by Clark at this point, but there goes the initial frag by Psycho himself.
I mean, that's the second first blood that we're going to be having here this round, but this time it favors Wapen Esports. And I love how they're stacking towards the enemy base. KHP extending out with the Fennec. I mean, it's one of the better guns that you can use on the close range engagements, and it definitely worked there. 2 kills for him, and another follow-up there for Psycho. That gives him that second round.
Yeah, second round indeed, 2-0 right now, still favoring Wafen, and I guess from this on, we are getting a little bit of a clearer view as to how well Wafen Esports is, despite of whether it's a respawn or a search and destroy. Now let's have we'll have to find out as to how well will Quark will be able to maintain this. The frag has been done already, and the follow-up will remaining for Wafen. I think this is a comeback that we are waiting for the side. The plant is being done right now, and there's no push being done. Now we'll have to find out if there will be a clutch moment coming from Wafen.
I mean, great shots coming through there for Quark Esports. I mean, they had to rely on their LMGs to create all the shots, finds that double there. And now they're going to have the opening. They get the bomb down as well. But now you see the clutch plays from KHP. Now it's just a 1v1. It's all down to this last 2 players. Then the shot just come true. The clutch from RZV gets that third round win. For the side. Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
The clutch.
The clutch.
Well, I'm gonna have to like commend you for that. Yes, this is what we live for. Yeah,
This is what we love about this map because the position of the bomb site is like it's not really out and open, and you can crawl yourself or slither yourself into either side and go in for the backstab, and you'll be able to clutch it out. But that would depend on your accuracy as well as how well you can play out those gameplay, those gunshots. And once you've done that, you'll be able to go in for the clutch. But as we can see, it is Waven who's trying to get back into the horse 3v3 situation though. But Nandomo still was able to go in for that frag. Now, as we are just a waiting game, 1 minute is so much of time, but there's no waiting for this team. 2v2 this time.
I mean, that's just a great shot coming through there just to put the number advantage to the favor of Cork. Now, it's all down to the clutch player at round number 3. He's got that sniper. He's going to wait things out. Bomb has yet to be planted. Gonna have to wait for that player to put that bomb down and find this other player. It's gonna be lurking around the statue. But you see, a very smart player for Quark Esports. They're just trying to slow it down. Now they're gonna be settling for that plant. It matters where they will try to plant that bomb. Seems like it's gonna be lenient towards that garage. So it's gonna be very tough here right now for RZV to clutch this one up, and there it is. That's gonna be the first round win now for Quark Esports.
And right in the middle, he shows himself and wasn't able to take a peek in the mid. And that would be an open area for the sniper. And RZB just missed that opportunity. But it is a 3-1 in this course right now. Quark will be able to get back the moment they get this momentum. If they get this momentum, because Wayfen is not backing out this time. There's no initial frag just yet. And it's just a waiting game for everyone else. I love this DLQ right now that is being used. I hope I have this, but I am just wishing and hoping. But KHP is not hoping anymore with that Fennec being one left for Quark. There's not so much of damage can be done, and there can be only one takedown that can be done just yet. 1v3 situation. Oh, hit mark! And there goes Silent, not Silent anymore, taking out Siege in the gunfight.
I mean, the Siege did an absolute job there trying to contain himself from these last 3 players, but man, you can't afford to be dominated by the defenders. I mean, you find you do have that number disadvantage, but you gotta at least play it a little bit more passive, play for kill first, tie up the numbers here before you even try to put yourself in a very aggressive spot. And you see here right now for Raven Esports, they're confident. They're sending out 2 players towards graveyards, 1 true bricks already. And now if you are Quark, you gotta find these players, sniff them out, maybe at least find 1 player, maybe just to make things a little bit easier on your end. And there it goes. That's the first blood that they need. Now it's an equal 4v4. Even make it a 4v3 now in favor for Quark.
4v3 situation favoring Quark right now. There goes the flick and balance it now. Oh, not balance. They have a lead in a 3v2 and the bomb is down. Now it is the movement of Quark to take that. Balfour goes in for the hit. Psycho just takes him down and to pick up the bomb out in the open. Don't make that mistake of peeking because you will be taken down by the Psycho himself.
Psycho, he's just twisted right now. I mean, he definitely bowled up to that P1 on that hardpoint summit, but man, here he is scoring that insane quick shot with that scope. Brings them to just 2 more rounds to win this game. And he currently leads his team in total kills here with 6. So his output may not be as impressive as that hardpoint, but still more than enough for them to gain this so much lead in this hardpoint, in this S&D slumps.
5-1 already, 4-point lead. Peak being done in the hit. RZV was able to take down Siege, and that is a huge damage already for the side of Quark. I'll have to find out who else will be taken down. The bomb is still onto the hands of the bomb planter, but there goes the takedown. But Psycho just takes down Balford on the process, and it is a 2v3 situation. Silent right now, silently jumping, taking a peek, but no hit just yet. He will be killed by the destruction of that vehicle.
You don't want to stick around a vehicle that hasn't exploded. That's one of the commandments that you have to follow when you're playing S&Ds. It's just too risky to be right close to an explosive gun or a weapon or even an entity in the game. But hey, it's break of the game. You gotta work with what you have. And right now, if you're Echo, Wave Esports, you got RZV, one of the clutchest players that we did see here on this
Yep.
S&D. Now he's gonna have to figure out how he's gonna get that bomb up, and of course find his last two players. But it gets really tricky once it's a 1v2 and you have that bomb stuck in the middle of the map. There's so many angles, there's so many head glitches that your enemy might be at, and sadly he fell for it. RZV does get taken down, and now we did see the first defensive side win here for Quark.
Yeah, one huge mistake, especially when you're the bomb handler, is to like to die off out in the open, where
Yeah.
there's a lot of opening that can be done, that can be taken by the opposing team, just to wait and see who grabs it and takes them down. But speaking of takedown, Siege goes in for a double KHP, and Nandono has nothing to do on it.
I mean, that's 7 kills now for Siege. Now they're gonna be just playing passively here, sticking to the bomb sites. They got 2 players lurking around mid. They're gonna have access towards that graveyards as well as that bricks towards that garage. And they do also have number 3. That's gonna be Nestor holding off that A site. So they are currently locking down all of these bomb sites. It's just a matter of picking their poison here and waiting for what the offense will give. Great shots from Nestor though off the feed as he takes down Psycho, one of the best players that Wave Esports has to offer this S&D. Finally does get cut down. Now a favor for Quark here, 3v2.
V2 situation, and Siege just missed that opportunity. Switching over to pistol, will not be able to make that slay, but Siege is still on the way. Silent, still silent, just trying to cross and peek this wall, but he will not be able to make a stand. There goes a slide. RZV takes down Balford in the process. It's a 2v2 situation.
Oh wow, that's it. That dies it up. But Nestor once again gets another kill with that EWL 736, and then it's one of the guns that has been buffed in this recent season meta. It's a potential 3-shot kill there, but oh my god, RZV. Now on another 1v1, the last time that he played a 1v1, he was able to clutch it up. Now has to win the position battle. He wins it with the pistol.
RZV! This guy is on fire. I would say the clutch king for this match.
I am lost for words. How are you even able to one-top a player with a pistol? It is precise aim and accuracy for you to have such plays like that. But now that it happened, Quark Esports has to play perfect. But now their lives are getting cut down one at a time. The flag and the pinch gonna be successful. Wave Esports once again wins. That's gonna be 2-0 now in the overall series, Neptune.
2-0-7-2 on the scores for this search and destroy, and I would say this has brought in by the momentum by RZV. I mean, there's no stopping this guy at this point, because like even with a pistol, he can one-shot those guys from the side of Quark. And I guess when you're a sniper, you can make those play, but not so much in accuracy as RZV did in this match.
And you know what's crazy is that RZV is 2 for 2 when he's playing those 1v1s. But again, he's also taking care of the players on that mid game. So he's able to tie up the numbers when the team needed it. So and he's also there to get those first blood. So great plays from him, and really big play to now go up 2-0 in this overall series. Wave Esports, they have the opportunity to close it out in just 4 maps here, Neptune.
Well, before they get in to close those these games in this forward map, let's bring back our intermission casters, Mr. Lasty and Broke On. Tell more about this tournament. Mr. Lasty, Broke On, back to you guys.
Go! Thank you for that, our casters, for that round number 2. What a mayonnaise for Waffen Esports, getting those clean 2-0 from the team Quarks Esports. But one more question for you, one question for you, partner Lasty. For those who want to know more about the tournament, for those who want perhaps finding a right site for to watch this tournament happening right now, what is the site that they need to go in?
Hmm. So with that question, partner, I will be recommending the Battle for Supremacy TV.
Hmm.
It is really, really good site, and it is one of the new and well-known site that you can be able to watch some games. So yeah. So do you know anything about Battle for Supremacy TV?
Not just the stream itself, the live stream that is happening right now, but even so, the details of the tournament that is happening right now, the prize pool itself, the participating teams, the nationalities that are joining this said tournament, and even so, the upcoming tournaments events at our Battle for Supremacy at TV. So just search Battle for Supremacy.tv on your search bar, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, or any browser that you got. So I think it's now the right time to see on who will be the winner for our round number 3 control. So after the search and destroy and hard point, we are now going on to the control. But before that, again, guys, going back on our casters, Cali and Gentleman Gaming. So hello, guys.
Oh, well, thank you for that once again, Broken and Mr. Lasty. Well, this is interesting,
Yeah.
because right now it's going to be 2-0, and we're hopping into a map where it's definitely going to be one-sided. Hacienda Control going to be the next game, and it's going to be quite a banger because we don't see this map be played a lot in Control.
Yeah.
And just a couple of facts here. I think the only team I remember playing this game was Almighty and Gurina MSP.
I mean, it is not so much that Hacienda has been played in this map, and I would agree with you. One reason why is because Almighty is Kings of Control in the Green MSP. So
Yeah.
they, regardless of what map, they will be playing it in Control, and they will be winning it. Now we'll have to find out which ones are doing or will be doing well at this point, because so far out of the two matches, whether it's a respawn or a search and destroy, Wayfin is doing well. What more if you mix it up with this control mode?
Well, now it's gonna be very exciting up here. Yes, Control has Shenda. Well, now it matters that you get the defensive spawn here. Defensive side in this first round, because after all this, it's just gonna be 3 games of action. So, no, I mean, it's gonna be 5 rounds. So maybe if you're talking about late game, you do have the defensive side advantage. So it'd be very important that you have that in your favor. But then again, just by looking at what happened in the last 2 rounds, it seems like Quark had trouble finding their 5th man to join that game. So I do hope that he's gonna be here inside of this matchup, because it's gonna be very important to have the 5th man. You're gonna get extra gunfights, extra firepower, as well as that extra positioning that you would require to enable yourself to win this map.
Exactly. I mean, in Search and Destroy, it's important to have each role being filled out, and with only 4 of the players out there, that was really difficult for Clark. What more if you need the firepower in this control mode? If you only have 4 against 5, that would really put a toll on the player, and that might still give the momentum to Wayfin. So we're just crossing our fingers right now that everyone from both sides will be jumping in onto this game, because I want to see a fair battle just to gauge who will be the champions for Battle of Supremacy.
I mean, we can say that game 1 is tied. So, because since it was a 4v4, but that game 2, it was definitely heavily favored for the side of Wayfin Esports due to the number advantage. But yeah, here this time, I do hope that it's going to be in the 5v5 here at this Control Hacienda. So, what are we looking out forward to if you're just tuning in to Call of Duty Mobile right now? Control, it's going to be a game mode where you combine hardpoint and as well as S&D. You have a respawn game mode, you have 30 lives, and if you cut the lives down to 0, eventually you're gonna be taken down and you're gonna be sent to the next round, and of course your opponent is gonna get that victory. So what happens here is you have to fight for that spawn, you have to fight for that spawn shop as well, because that's where you can guarantee the most safest victory here, Neptune.
Exactly. And before we go on, I'm seeing a lot in comment section. And Win, big shout out to you, and as well to Foxtrot, who said it's his birthday today. So happy birthday to you. Hope you're enjoying the show because we are excited to see what's going to happen next. And going back to Control, this is where we find out if Control is still a defense-oriented game because so much it has been twisted all over we're in. Before it was just defensive. A lot of teams tried from both sides to go for the offensive points, but some failed, some made it do, but some who really perfected it regardless, just on the 3 rounds or just on 2 rounds was able to get those wins. So we'll have to see if either Wafen or Quark will be able to make either defensive or offensive round on Control, and that will really dictate how well this game is going to go.
I mean, some maps in after all the games that we've played so far since last year, and of course the World Championship happening, we did see some maps be excluded out of the defensive side stereotype. I mean, we talk about standoff, where we did see at the start of the season where teams heavily favored the defensive side, but once they knew the potential of the attack side and how you can trap the players with it as well by taking control of the gas station, some people are lenient towards playing that map a little bit more. But then we take a look at maps like Summit where it's 50-50, by the way. So it's great to see that, that stereotype being broken. But at Hacienda, there's not much sample size that we can say that this one is heavily favored to the attack side or the defensive side.
Yeah.
So I do want to see how will this team play this map, because as we all know, Hacienda, it's mostly played at hard point, or it can be played at SMD as well. But at Control, it is not viable for teams to play it. Why? Because it's such a huge map and there's plenty of ways for you to get shot down once that spawn trap gets enabled.
Yeah, exactly. And probably I don't know if this is something that has been chosen by either side, but whoever chosen this must have known this map well in this mode, because just what you mentioned, everything that you just said makes a point why Hacienda hasn't played that much in Control, and this is where we really find out what meta is being used right now. We've seen the Fennec being used several times already and making gunfights like wins on gunfights, especially inside of Wafen Esports, and that will be viable in this point because, as you mentioned, there's a lot of hiding spot that can be used, and a surprise hit by the Fennec up close and personal might bring them to a win.
Yeah, so that's actually one factor as well. You have to make your submachine gun players be effective in this map. And well, we all know it is going to be a long range map. There are still vicinities like the middle where you're gonna have to require SMGs to open things up for you, and that's where things will have to be opened up for Quark here. Because I mean, I did see players using 2 LMGs earlier, so I do hope it's not going to be a thing here. As we play the game, it's gonna get quite tough in here. But I guess it's gonna be a 5 versus 3 here, so it's gonna be tough right now for Quark.
Yeah, Quark right now, though we're wishing that everyone will be in there. I guess they lost another one. And the 3v5 situation is not a good situation for the side of Quark. And as you can see, a lot of damage already being done from both sides. We'll have to find out who will be able to make those points in this Control mode. Now, as we can see, the defensive side is on Wafen Esports, so they have a good chance to cover all the bases that they have. And I'm quite surprised from what I'm seeing. No frags being, or no lives being spent just yet, so not quite sure if this is something that can be corrected or probably can be reset or used as a reset at this games, because none of the lives are being spent right now. And I think this is a remake that is being done, all of, or probably a remake that is up to happen. So we'll just have to wait and see if that is the case for this game.
I mean, look at the live counts. I mean, kill feed as well. There's 2 players going down there for the side of Quark, but then you see that live count, it's still stuck to 30. So I don't know what's up with the game. It may be a custom bug, or it may just be that the game is saying, "Oh no, let's not play Control Hacienda. Let's use another map," because I don't know, man. I think it's just one of the two. But again, it's gonna be the first round. Still gonna be favoring the boys of Wave and Esports. But I do hope that as we open up this round number 2, that the live count starts to change and be dynamic. And as we all go wrap it up here, it seems like we're still not gonna see some engagement just yet. But as we see here, a 3v5 situation, it's gonna be Quark Esports is gonna go drop down one player, and yes, life count still not moving here, Neptune.
Yep, and still KHP going in for a double using a thermite, and we'll have to find out if RZB will be able to find someone as he slithers his way onto this side. Bravo being captured right now slowly by the side of Wavepin, and no contention being done just yet. The rotation of Quark is not that fast though, as they slowly creep in into the area where the two players from Wavefin is going, and there goes the second capture, second tick being done right now as Alpha is also being done, and it is getting close to that Bravo being fully captured beside of Wavefin, and no response happening just yet for the defensive of Quark.
I mean, Quark is starting to feel the lack of 2 players inside this map. I mean, they are winning their gunfights, but it's just that the lack of positioning that they require to take over some of the spots here at the B side, and of course the Alpha flag. And then we do see some players just lining some shots through. Balford here gonna have to go test that A side. That's gonna remain that area to be cleaned off, but we do see here the squad Wave and Esports, they're gonna be claiming off that B, extending their clock to another minute. That's going to give them more time here to stay and put off pressure towards the middle of the map. And this is where things get interesting. You do have 3 players from Quark using LMGs, so if they can get their positions correctly inside of that mid-map, they might be able to just spray players up. But then again, they're going to be late on rotation, and they have one player cutting them down one at a time. Shots just coming through here, and Wave and Esports takes round number 2.
Yeah, round number 2 is being taken. And even the LMG, I mean, it slows down your mobility, so it's not so much so fast that you can go in onto the approach, especially for those being taken by Wavefin. But let's see on how well Quark will be able to do this time. If they will be able to capture one of the points, at least they will have a little bit of advantage. But the takedown has been done in there from the far side. I guess it is still a Wavefin elimination happening side to side, back to back.
And here we go. This is where things gets hard. Now you're trapped at the spawns. There's only 3 players alive, so positions are gonna be quite minimal, and you don't have enough areas to take into. But then luckily there, for the side of Quark, these players from Wave and Esports decided to extend out so that it would be cut down one at a time. So they'd be able to break out of the spawns in here right now, as we do see players of Wave and Esports still stuck towards that mid-map. But you see here, for Quark, they are just holding 3 lanes individually, so this is kind of hard for you to take into consideration, knowing that the players might come into several angles, and once you get the wrong pick, you're gonna get shot down immediately. So there it is, 24 seconds left. Quark still has no position. They can't just really push up right now, struggling with gunfights as well as positioning.
Yeah, CBR is still viable in this. Games being used back to back, and I guess with all the pressure being done against Quark, there's not so much that they can do in terms of pushing through into the point, but a little bit of tick being seen on that Bravo side. Let's see if they will be able to clean that up, and clean up they did. And as we can see, Wayfin is just staying in here on the spawns, waiting for the time to expire, and there goes the 3-point being taken by Wayfin Esports, getting the 3-0 in this series.
I mean, they didn't just go for the objective. They went in there for the beatdown, trapping the players at the spawns. That's disgusting. That's nasty. But hey, a win's a win in Wavepin Esports. Just one more round to claiming the maps and modes, of course, of the 5v5 multiplayer grand finals of Battle for Supremacy.TV, Neptune.
Yep, and the next map will be on Raid, and this will be a hard point. And speaking of hard point, it is really getting hard for the side of Quark to battle it on against Waven Esports. But what makes it easy is for our intermission casters to explain everything else that's happening in the background, apart from the games that we are showing. So let's welcome back our intermission casters, Mr. Lasty and Broke On.
Oh, thank you for that, gentleman gaming, and even Kelly for that wonderful introduction for us. So I think I'm really feeling the chill of what is happening on our Battle for Supremacy Grand Final round. How about you, partner? I think your mic, we can hear you right now. It
Yeah?
is still in the midst of battle on our roundup.
Yeah. My bad, my bad. So, as far as I know, I don't have
Yeah.
any negative feeling right now because I'm just neutral for now.
Uh,
And so I have a plan on joining some tournaments like Battle for
oh,
Supremacy. Can you
yeah.
explain me how to join on these events? Do you have any idea?
Bro, as what you've said, even I want to join the said tournament for our Battle for Supremacy, thinking the prize pool that we are seeing right now, and as far as we know, for our the past history on Battle for Supremacy, we once reached that 800 or rather 8,888 US dollars
Ooh.
prize pool. So how's to join our BFS event? If you want to know more, just visit battleforsupremacy.tv, and I'm not uh, just go on the bottom side or rather the bottom area of that said site, and you can see all the contacts that we got, or you can email gm at battleforsupremacy.tv by sending us an emails or follow all of our social media accounts. Just message us there. You can search it also in the Battle for Supremacy. We got TikTok accounts, the YouTube account, uh, YouTube channel, and even so the new platform Kick. We also got the Discord link on our site. Or for the easier mode, you can just PM or message our Game Master Siska Gaming. Just type Siska Gaming on your Facebook search bar. If you see someone who got those, if you see someone with a beautiful Facebook avatar,
Oh,
that's our Game
God.
yeah.
Master.
Ooh.
Yeah, and also for an easier work, you can just download Telegram and enter the
Yeah,
Battle for Supremacy TV GC. We do have that we do have that group chat, so you can just easy access it and just just interact with all the GMs there, and they will just assist you. And they are really hands on when it comes to assisting you guys. So we do have many GMs, so it is easier for them to assist you
yeah.
guys. So yeah, there's no problem about joining the Battle for Supremacy. It's too easy. You can play whatever game you want, and also you can win a lot and huge prizes, right, partner?
Yeah, indeed. And speaking of prize pool, I think our players or participants and even the caster itself want to now know who will be our grand final champion for today. So no more, wala na paghihintay pa. Going on our casters, the mic is yours, Gentleman Gaming and Cali.
All
Yep.
right, here we go. I mean, right now it's currently 3-0 in favor of Wapen Esports. A chance to close things out here at this map number 4 at Hardpoint Raid. It's all upon the rich here to win this match. But if you're Quark Esports, it's gonna be very hard. No, Neptune, because
Yeah.
we're asking for a team to be perfect at this point in time. Gotta win 4 in a row to win this series.
Exactly. I still salute the teams right now who are still playing inside of Quart, because it's not easy for them to really battle it on into a fight wherein there's not so much you can do with the limited players that you have in this game. So I still salute these players in Clark. They still fight it on, and I'm seeing the love as well in the comment section for Clark. Not only that, Waven Esports has already taken this 3-0 lead. They've already 1 point to that championship, so that they can get this championship prize pool as well. And well, I'd like to see as to how will they be able to fight it on this hardpoint raid, because this is not new to us. Hardpoint raid, as you mentioned, is most often being played into most of the tournaments that we casted in Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, I mean, it had its fair share of moments as well in the World Championship scene, and of course, in the entire COD history, not just in the COD mobile scene. And well, just a couple of key facts: this map is the most frequently played control map in the entire region so far that we have in Call of Duty Mobile. So very interesting that we have it here at Hardpoint. And well, if we talk about this map, I mean, P1 can be that scrappy hill, same thing as P5, but as soon as we move into P2 to P3 to P4, it's where things get a little bit more one-sided. This so rotations are going to be very important. Gotta get that early rotation, get your team that set up. And now we're about to start this game number 4, Quark Esports and Warren. Wapen Esports is one more map to close it out and win this multiplayer grand finals.
Yep, as we can see the rotations from both sides right now heading over onto that P1, and as you mentioned, it's scrappy, but those who hold the laundry right now might be able to get a win, but as we can see, that guy just flew off to our screens as they have been taken out one at a time. This time, 4 players for the side of Quark is on the scene, but the points is still being taken by Wapen Esports.
Wapen Esports doing a great job of contesting this hard point. Not only that, they also do have their anchors stepping into that laundry, so that's gonna be immediate setup right towards that P2 already. So they're not just thinking big picture here, they're being a big brain player by also doing things accordingly and simultaneously now, as they are gonna get the money heal off of this P1. Usually we don't see that happen, but they do so make it happen, and there's even a possibility that they even get that P2 spawns as well.
Yeah, it's possible that they can get the spawns as well. The flip can be done as quickly as that. And as you can see, a little bit of early rotations being done already onto that P2 and kitchen. What is being cooked? Nades are being cooked right now, and it's popping off, clearing this stage for Raven Esports to get all of the points once again. 50 seconds remaining onto this hill, and none being given to Quark just yet.
I mean, there's gonna have to be some players that needs to sort these things out for Quark. I mean, no player has really stepped inside of that hard point right now. A pinch has to be possible, has to be made here if you want to make this break successful. Now, they're trying to make sure that they break in one angle, and that's not gonna be that easy as they failed that second break attempt. So you're probably contemplating now with this final 20 seconds, would you continue try to contest this final scrap time, or get that set up towards next? And it seems like they're just going to continue contesting here, Neptune.
Yeah, I mean, it's well, they want to get the point and probably block off the approach of Wafen, but it will be smarter for them to go in and early rotate already onto the next hill, and that is being done by one guy from Wafen. But as you can see, the pinch is being done right now from both sides, with a takedown in there from the side of the gym will be beneficial for the side of Waven Esports, and all utilities being used right now. Silent right here is a silent night in the dark that is trickling the lives of Quark.
Oh my god, it's not just him, it's Nandomo as well with the Annihilator. They're just dropping these players, deleting them, sending them far back to the spawns off that circle. And it's just a total lockdown here. Look at this beating, 128-0. And now as we approach the second half of this P3, it just gets even worse. A cluster strike deployed right through bedroom, so that's gonna cut off the lanes that we will be seeing Quark would enter from. That's gonna be more filter out from Wapen Esports just coming through here, Neptune.
Yep, 11 seconds remaining for this hill, and 152 points with none for Quark at this moment. And as you can see, good position coming from Quark at this point as they try to push through onto the basketball court. But as the opening is being done right now by Quark, they just need to hold on and make sure that they can get the point as the hill is opened up. And here comes the claw, but no, he has been taken down there for the 4, and they're goes a follow-up from this Martin room, and will they be able to maintain
Yes.
this hold? And no,
Yes.
still contention! First point goes in for side of Clark, and they need to grab a hold of this. There's a huge lead being taken by Wafen, and a huge task for Clark to catch up.
Oh man, I am happy that they finally get their first score, but it will take more than that for you to win this game and score an upset. As we go inside the game, they're just gonna be easily broken here with the help of a termite and of course the CBR4 from your boy Nandomo. 173-7 is gonna be the score of the game, and it just continues to grow even more. Final 8 seconds is gonna be contested here by Quark Esports. They're just trying to not give all of this time uncontested here for Wapen Esports. 184-7 as we open up P5. And again, this is where things gets very scrappy and where you would really need to put in your numbers in all four corners just to get a good number inside and of course take these players down immediately. But again, early rotations being made here by Echo 21 Wapen Esports, and they're gonna be claiming time once again.
Yep, all corners being covered already on that P5 with 40 seconds remaining. This might be a chance for them to get close, but it will not be the end for this hill because there will be the next hill wherein they need to get in close off this game. Clark is still fighting their way through into that P5 with 25 seconds remaining. Wafen is not letting go. Oh, I guess they might be able to end this quickly, but Clark is not giving up, and they still have that fighting spirit on them to battle on for this game.
And well, it's gonna be hard though, but they do spawn out towards that P1, so that's going to be some zooming players out of the map. Okay, that's a first. 235-7 as we open up P1. Second set of rotations about to open up. 4 players, 3 players go down for Quark Esports, so that's gonna soften up the hold inside of the point. And that's gonna be Warren Esports now holding the hill, looking to end this game up as well. And it may look like we may have the champions of this tournament. Wapen Esports going in for the beatdown. They win the Battle for Supremacy, that TV Grand Finals.
Yep, the champions, Waven Esports from Iran, has taken this game 4-0 against Quark. Again, still salute the Quark team from Russia. They battle on despite of all the diversity that has against them. They still fought on in the last moment. Again, congratulations to Waven Esports, but I guess, Callie, that's a quick finish to a great game. Looking forward to more of these games. 5v5 Grand Finals 4-0, favoring the champions, which is Wafen Esports.
You really gotta give it up to Psycho and of course RZB with the scopes. I mean, those two duos, this duo were popping off on this Grand Finals and they made it work for them to possibly win this game, and that is it. That concludes this Grand Finals, Neptune.
Yep, and well, it still doesn't conclude the show. We are going to present you back to our intermission casters, Mr. Lasty and Broke On, for more words from our organizers.
Okay. So, hello, thank you. And that was a clean game from Weapon team, right?
Yeah.
And I guess, Broken, I mean, you don't have any mic. Do you have
And
anything to say regarding to our champion?
it's so unexpected. Actually, I didn't expect to have a 4-0 on our grand final round. We know that Quark Esports is a good team considering they we watch all of their matches, defeated a lot of teams, not just from the Russia but even so on the other countries itself. And I didn't expect for a landslide win for Team Wapen Esports. This just proves how amazing or how beautiful their coordination with each other, and I can't wait anymore to talk with them. So I think we might hear their voices here on our Battle for Supremacy.tv.
Yep. So I guess they are already here. The representative from Wafen Esports, our newly crowned champions here in our battle for supremacy 5v5 Grand Finals.
Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations.
So,
So,
hello,
hello.
Waffen Esports. Can you do hear us?
If you are here, please unmute your mic and
Uh huh.
yeah, just present yourself. Any of the representative from the both teams. So not just the grand finals
All
champion
right.
and also
Actually,
the
yeah. While waiting for the players or the champion for our Battle for Supremacy multiplayer, see, we will be calling for now the GM of Dawn itself, or the
oh,
GM or the GM of the Network. Hello,
okay. So
Hello, hello, hello.
hello.
hello. How's your day?
Good morning.
Yeah,
Good
good
morning,
morning. How's
everyone.
your day so far? Are you doing good?
Yes, hello, Hallelujah.
Okay.
So, can you
So
please do a short introduction to us, Game Master of Dawn, before proceeding on the Open Network?
Okay, good morning, everyone. I am GM intern 1286, the acting GM of Ton Sport. And also, I'm having with my partner, player 2379, Fritzy.
Yeah. So, going on the Network or that token ton itself, can you please do tell us what is ton itself? Coming from the GM itself or coming from you guys? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm.
oh,
So thank you for that, our game master of ton. So do you have any more information to add on what you said?
Okay, we're also going to promote our Ton is having an under game, which is the
Yeah.
NFT game, is
Oh.
the two game with it, the Escape from Zia and the football fantasy, which is the we can play it and earn some NFT and token Ton token.
yun.
Ooh, we will try that
Okay.
for sure. So
Yep.
thank you for that again, our GM intern for the team, the open network of or the Ton token itself. So I think again thank you. Do you have any more questions, partner?
None so far. So,
All right.
as what you have said, we'll be playing that game, of course. Who doesn't like a free
Mm,
money, right? And
of
yeah,
course.
you're earning money while you're enjoying. So that's the best thing in crypto, yeah. Especially specifically in ton, right?
Yeah.
And you can just convert it into real money. So yeah, that's all for
But
me
yeah.
for our ton. So I guess all the players from the Waffen Esports are already here. So anyone who's the representative here, please just unmute your mic and yeah, we'll be
Bandit,
having
I think
some
Bandit we will be calling Bandit. So hello Bandit.
hello. Is he the captain of the team?
Uh as far as I know, Bandit is the manager of Team Waffen
Oh,
Esports. So
Guys,
calling,
Bandit can't speak.
yes, thank you for that. We already hear you. Hello, Bandit.
Hello, hello.
it's not bandit actually. It
No,
is
no, no.
Psycho. It is Psycho.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So hello, Psycho. How's your day so far?
Hello.
Hello.
Do
Are
you have
you?
my sound?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
guys,
Yeah, yeah, we hear you. We hear
today
you.
I'm Vim. First, I wanted to thank you, the organization, of this tournament, and thanks to all you. So far, so good. Everything is good. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Waffen is
Thank you,
first
bro.
our
Thank you.
newly crowned
It was a very,
best
very, very
year.
good competition. Thank you to all.
Yep.
One more question. Do you expect winning a 4-0 against your opponent, Quark Esports?
Yeah, actually,
Oh, you already expect winning 4-0. And one more question again. Can we see you again on our future tournaments here at Battle for Supremacy? Are you thinking of joining one more?
yeah, bro. I wish. Why not?
So
Our
we will be
pleasure. Yeah,
expecting
it's
you,
our
my friend.
pleasure.
We will be expecting you.
Yeah,
So
bro. Thank you.
do you want do you have any idea or rather about the drafting that is happening at the Battle for Supremacy?
Hello?
Hello, hello. So I can you already muted this mic. But again, guys, that's our champion for Battle for Supremacy, CODM 5v5 multiplayer, our champion, Waffen Esports. Congratulations from the country, Iran. To our viewers, commentators, and even those who are watching right now, to the supporters of Waffen Esports, from that comment section, congratulate the Team Waffen itself.
Yun. So congratulations, you won a huge prize here from Battle for Supremacy
Yeah,
tournament, and hopefully we'll be seeing you for another tournament right here in Battle for Supremacy.
yeah. So,
And and
yeah,
I guess we will be calling the game
indeed.
master Siska. So hello, are you here,
Calling, calling.
Siska?
Yes, I am here.
Yun.
Okay, hi. Good evening everyone. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not sure about is it evening or like morning? I mean, Iran and also Russia was totally different region, you know. So, should I say good day everyone? And I would like again to thank our casters, especially a gentleman and also Kali Gaming. I know you guys are so busy with your schedule, but thank you for accepting our invitation, and of course to Brooke and Lasty. I know you guys are getting there. You already said that you are getting in there. And I hope this would not be the last time I will be seeing Gentleman and also Cali gaming our Battle for Supremacy TV, because as I've said, we are almost having a almost daily events, and why not? Why not inviting them again and again, right? We are keeping we are getting bigger right now. Everything is getting better, improving, and also growing as a community, and also having a Battle for Supremacy TV open for everyone. I mean, this is a perfect gateway for everyone to go in a pro scene, especially here in Battle for Supremacy TV. Again, I would like to thank everyone, Gamma Production, GMs, interns who help our handcam checking, and also for the viewers out there who support all of the teams right now. I know it was sometimes we were asking for a complete team, for a complete players in the tournament, but it's just sometimes we cannot, we cannot push or force someone to play, especially if they have, an emergency or problem with regards on this exact time that we have right now. But yeah, of course, again, thank you everyone. And again, congratulations for the team Wave and Esports or Echo 21 from Iran, and we are looking forward for more since we will be drafting a team to be sponsored, especially in Team Ton. Again, congratulations. This is GM271 Siska. I'll be passing the mic again to our casters. Thank you.
Thank you for that, our GM, Game Master Siska of CODM here at Battle for Supremacy. Once again, guys, the champion of Battle for Supremacy TV is no other than Wayfan Esports. And partner, this won't happen without our lovely sponsors. So can you please do tell us what are our sponsors for this said event?
Of course, no other than the TON, the
Mm.
TON, the Open Network Coin. So that's our sponsor for today, and thank you for making this event happen. And hopefully for our next event, we will be having the same sponsor
Yes.
and continually growing our community here and Battle for Supremacy TV.
Yes, indeed. And actually, even so our Pepsi and Lay's. So again,
Mhm.
guys, these are your shoutcasters. Earlier, we have Cali and Gentleman Gaming for the intermission casters. We are here right now. Thank you, guys. As you can see on your screen, we are your
Yeah.
casters, Gentleman Gaming, Cali, Brocon, and even Mr. Lasty for our Battle for Supremacy.tv. Oh.
We're done.
Nice.
All right, nice,
Ayun.
nice one, guys.